Hello everyone and welcome back to the Megabuild. We're here at Coastal Cottage and there have been some changes since last time, so I'm going to go through those really quick before we get started. Here's what that guard station ended up looking like after I got done fiddling with it and adding crap to it. It looks fairly raider-ish and sort of, I guess, sturdy. And then I built this thing over the pit because I did not know how much fiddling I'd have to do, and I have been building in vanilla a lot lately, more on that in a bit. But I had to reacclimate myself to building with mods. I had forgotten or had not realized just how difficult it is sometimes to get used to having all that stuff again in different places when you've been building in a different mode for a long time. So this is what the provisioner is going to be, since the provisioner stops right about there. This will be their provisioner hut. And this didn't go bad. This wasn't too bad. It was way more fiddly than I'd like. It would have been really crappy to watch. But they're not going to have much storage here. Just down here will be the valuables, I guess. The safes down here, and there's a chest down here. Ammo and guns and drugs and stuff like that. And then, you know, some cobbled together stairway up here with some support. Everything's fairly supported underneath. And yeah, so that's the provisioner shack. So today we're going to be putting the last building up here, and I'm going to put it over here since this is pretty much the last clear spot we have next to that house. And I'm thinking, what do I want to put? Do I put it over here? Do I put it over there? Where's it going to go? Yeah, we'll probably put it on that lump over there near the settlement boundary, sort of away from everything, but kind of close to the main building. And as usual, we're going to steal another Bethesda building. Today we're going to steal this one. This one I'm sure you've all seen before. This is kind of halfway between Walden Pond and Gorski Cabin. If you've come by here, most of the time when you see this thing for the first time, the raiders are shooting dogs. There's like a pack of dogs coming up the hill, so you hear the shooting before you see it. But this one here is a pretty straightforward building. It's like 6 pieces and some random stuff that you can only get really with mods. But again, they used the one wall for the door, and we've got what, 2 deep walls, a corner piece, and then a floor, a couple other walls, a ladder, stairway, and that's it. This is pretty much it. But I wanted this one for the outside because it has that top level, like the watch post, I guess, kind of thing, where they could keep an eye on the road going down from towards the Nakanos, I guess, is where that will go. That's the orientation of this thing. But you can see here, I mean, both the deep wall pieces are the same. There's that pushed out wall behind me with the that they like to use, the raiders like to use so much. Where is it? I'm not going to look at it. No. So I'm looking at the walls going, which ones are these? Okay, that's the one, and of course that pushed out wall. But they got a bed on the floor and a shelf, and that's pretty much all, with a chem station. And then up on the top we've got some other stuff, a chair, and it's held up by what looks like a support from a house, like they just yanked a column off a house or tore it off and just put it up here. I don't have that piece, so we'll have to improvise. And then the floor, you can see that half wall sort of laid down sideways, but you know, a railing, and then there's that my favorite piece there, another pushed out wall, some ornamentation, a patio chair. Not really much to this, so I'm just going to use this thing as a base. Yeah, there's no support in that corner, which is totally weird to me. I need more support. So anyway, that's what we're going to steal. And like I said, there's the door, there's that wall piece being used as a door, I guess, so to speak. But this thing looks pretty good in its environment. It fits where it belongs because of all the brush and the trees and stuff. So anyway, this is what we're going to steal. So let's go ahead and get started with this bad boy. All right, so while this goes up, while we put this thing together and have kind of a difficult time with weird parts of it, but it's pretty straightforward. This is about as easy as it gets here, I think. But it suits, right? It fits the theme of this particular build. So when it comes to reacclimating to mods, I've been building in vanilla pretty much exclusively for the past week and a half, 2 weeks, because I'm finding that contest thing, and Jelly Rolls, thank you for quote encouraging me to do it, because I'm having quite a bit of fun with it, because it's vanilla. The speed of building in vanilla is so much faster than mods. Because you have less to deal with, and since all the tools work the same way that I've been doing for, God, what, year and a half, 2 years, I know what's possible. I don't have to fiddle as much with it, because I know if I want to do something, I know how that's accomplished, and I know where those pieces are, and I know how to patch things that won't work and like that. Anyway, so I have been working on this thing, and it is currently about, well, it's structurally done. It's 99% structurally done, and I've been furnishing it, you know, giving the buildings character and giving them reasons, and going through all my junk and trying to find things, and, you know, dumping stuff on the ground and looking at it to give me ideas of what I want a certain building to be, a structure to be. So yeah, so that's what's going on there. I'm really looking forward to showing you guys this thing. I really think you're going to get a kick out of it. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised where I chose to build. If you've been watching this channel at all lately, let's just say the one settlement I have built at the most, that is the one I chose for this one. Because, I mean, like I said, a lot of them, I said before, there's a lot of them that have problems that are not solvable in vanilla. And that can be, well, okay, that's not entirely true. I can't solve them. When I look at them, I can't think of solutions for the issues that they have. And some of them are just bugs, you know, I mean, like any settlement with the bugged beds, you can't use it, you know, because it's like you're stuck. That's it. It's done. So that's coming up. It's going to be very difficult to not release it once I'm done with it, because it's what, April? It's the end of April, right? 29th today or something like that. And the deadline, the turn-in, the posting date, I guess, is June 1st. So it's looking like probably Memorial Day weekend. And here is where the fiddling part I was talking about. It's like, okay, I don't know why that thing is not snapping sideways, like it will not snap sideways. So I finally said, you know what, the hell with that. I'm just going to group select it and stick it in there, because that's the way I know that'll work. I mean, that's just going to work. Just a matter of how to do it. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. In the Settlements and Survival build, that thing, the Dalton Farm build, that's just going to need finishing touches, and that's going to take some time, because I haven't really furnished or given character to many of the buildings, other than just dropping a couple of beds and a dresser in it, so I remember it's supposed to be a bedroom or whatever. I thought about, I don't know if it would be interesting watching decorating it and furnishing it. That doesn't seem interesting to me. But if y'all are interested in that kind of thing, I mean, let me know in the comments and I can record it. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't find it interesting to watch, but I'm not watching well, of course I'm watching my stuff. I have to watch my stuff, but I don't know if that's the kind of thing y'all would be interested in. If you are, I mean, I'd be happy to do it. I don't know how fun that would be to watch. So yeah, we're in the final lap, I guess, of the Settlements and Survival Dalton Farm build, and then after that, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do. I may go back to Morrowind World, though. I haven't loaded that guy up in a while, and I kind of miss playing that dude, so we may see more of him as well. And yeah, so anyway, so I've been playing a lot and leveling the other guy. He just finished, the contest guy just finished Nuka World, because I had to get some other stuff out of there, and I needed to get everything done. I can't, it is just so much fun killing all those raiders. You know, wiping them all out before you go after the bosses, and then just killing like 6 people and just getting it done. So that was fun. And I discovered something that I don't know why I didn't realize this, why it never occurred to me. But if it hasn't occurred to you and you like to play the Brotherhood like I do, whenever you turn in viable blood to Nariah, right? You turn it in, she says, here's some caps, thanks for searching for it, whatever. And then you have to check again. It's like, hey, do you have any more X111 compound, right? And that's like what? Why do I have to check every single time, right? Why didn't she tell me? Well, it turns out that she does. And here's the clue, here's the secret. When you turn in viable blood samples, right? She says, oh my God, thank you so much for the thing. These will look great. Oh, I'll put these on ice right away, blah, 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 blah. And then she says, remember, keep an eye out in the Commonwealth for blah, blah, blah. Right? She always says, after you turn them in, she does her little line, and then she says, remember, keep an eye out for this. Remember, I'll pay you for them, whatever the heck it is. But when she has X111, she does not say remember. You turn them in, she says her line, and then she walks away. It's like, okay, when she does that, she has X111. So if you did not know that, like I did not know that after 2 years of playing this friggin' game, now you know. Now you don't have to check with her anymore. Now you know if she doesn't say that second line, she has it. And you can talk to her again. She'll ask you, Sentinel, do you have blah, blah, blah. You say, do you have an X111? She's like, yes, I just finished some. I'm like, yes, I know you did, because you didn't tell me to keep looking for more. So there's your clue. There's there's the game tip of the day. Wow. I wasn't paying attention for a very, very long time. So, yeah, this one here, I dressed it up a little bit, took a little bit of time to furnish it and show you how this works because, I mean, when I built it in like, what, 10 minutes, it was like it was up. It's like, okay. So now we're going to give it a little bit of character. We're going to make it good for our, quote, settlers when they come here. But the settlers in this thing, the settlers are going to be raiders, I think. I mean, well, of course, they're going to be settlers. They can't possibly be raiders, but I can make them look like raiders, right? And that little box, that little duffel bag under the bed there has a bunch of raider armor and equipment that I'm just going to give these guys. So we're going to use them as bait. They're decoys, right? They're going to convince the raiders that there are still raiders living here rather than settlers doing whatever. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out and have to do a little bit of hiding to keep the plants hidden because, you know, raiders don't farm. They hate farming. And now we're going to dress this place up, you know, similarly to the other one in terms of it has a chem station, it'll have shelves down here, it has a chair upstairs, and some boxes, but for the rest of it, it has, you know, the Bethesda influence and stuff. So, yeah. And then, I guess I don't even know what to do. What else is there? Oh, yeah. Streaming. Still working on this. Doing a lot of research, trying to figure out how to do it. It's coming along. I'm going to have to actually probably take a weekend to learn how to do it, you know, to practice and check the sound levels and check the configuration so that when I actually do go live, I don't have to sit there for the first episode or the first whatever and just fiddle with settings. I don't want to have to do that. I want it to be at least reasonably close to being good or at least listenable. Like, you know, the balance is okay and my voice sounds okay. I got to check with the noise suppression settings and stuff like that and you know, all that fiddly diddly stuff. But thankfully, I should have the bandwidth for it. So that's one nice thing I don't have to worry about. But yeah, this looks pretty good. We got a couple other things up here. And looking pretty complete in here. All it needs is a little bit of decoration. That's pretty much done. So now I'm looking down slope and I'm like, okay, I want to build them a field that's sort of not visible, not easily visible. So maybe later I'll go down slope. I think I'm just going to wall that off with the double height walls and, you know, junk walls and cars and whatever the heck else I can figure out. But we're going to build the deck up top here so that the boss guy, I guess, whoever the boss was, could see this little yard. I mean, I guess they would have used it back when they had it, when the Raiders had it, for like, I don't know, torturing people or, you know, target practice or, you know, because they do use settlers for target practice a lot. You see that in like Shamrock Tap House and other places. Where else do you see it? East Boston Prep. They got that one guy in the chair downstairs in the theater. So that could be something they would do outside here in this little courtyard. And I'll just plant some crops out here. Maybe you know, cover it with one of those Raider awnings or whatever. And here's another switch over from the mod thing, because these junk walls do not behave the same in vanilla extensions as they do regularly. Now this fence does. This fence is fine, but the fences with tires on them and the corner fence, the corner piece fences, they don't have hop spots anymore. I guess maybe they snap now. I haven't really checked them, or they're snappable. Like they don't snap themselves, but the other VE fences will snap to them. So you'll get to see me struggle with this a little bit more. But the little trick still works. You know, take the fence up, you know, when it turns red, release it, and then take the rug back, and it doesn't jump. I've been having pretty good success with that here and in vanilla. So it does work in vanilla as well. I've been using it pretty extensively in my quote contest build to get things to go where I want them to go without having the ability to do things like I can do with VE. So yeah, building the fence here. So that's what's going on. Yeah, we're just going to put the fence up here and try and get this done. So after, I will say after Coast County Crossing, I have County Crossing on the brain. After Coastal Cottage, the Megabuild may go dormant for a while. I'm not feeling really inspired on anything. So if you do like the Megabuild series and you do want to see more, let me know and I will revisit this as I can. But I'm starting to get a little bit wiped out on it, mostly because it's just, there's so much of it. There's just so much. And like as mentioned before, I do hop around a lot between characters to keep things fresh, to keep things interesting and different. And that's why I don't spend too long on builds, because I get, bored with a settlement building area, and so when I go to Moribund World, I'm building little things here and there, and I go to settlements and survival, I'm building at Dalton. I go here, I'm at Coastal Cottage. I go to the contest thing, I'm building somewhere else. So and then I do want to start yet another character, but that'll be for whenever I get the streaming thing done. That one's going to be interesting because I'm going to try and make a scavenger character with that one, because the one thing that is never really explained, I guess, in the regular game is every major vendor, right? Every major vendor in every town, every vendor really, any trader, I mean Trudy at Drumlin, they all have shipments. They have shipments of screws and gears and aluminum, antiseptic. Okay, so where is that stuff coming from? Okay, who is breaking down those items? Because they can only break those down at settlements, right? Isn't that right? I mean, they could sell desk fans, Deb, but yeah. So anyway, so let's go ahead and do our tour here. Yay, we got to the tour. So this is what it looks like. It's a little bit more sturdy looking than the other one. Still doesn't have a support in that back corner. But they've got their boxes and they've got their chem station. And, I moved the shelves and the bed around because I wanted a full bed. And they've got some storage because, they're settlers, they're not raiders. And there's the downslope that I'll probably plant as well. And we go upstairs to the top here and we've got a reasonable amount of support, just not on that corner. That member in the middle was pretty good. But a table, put some beers and cigarettes up here, put some chems on there, maybe put some prepared food or whatever, some extra ammunition, another gun, whatever. We'll decorate it somehow. But that's it. That's pretty much all we're going to do for this one. So, I'm going to go ahead and sign out here. And I want to thank you all very much for subscribing and watching. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.